Hey, it's Dennis here. Thanks for picking up the ball and salt shaker trick. It's a fun one, and I know the instructions came with it will get you started, but I wanted to make a little video to take you a little bit further with the trick. And I at least want you to be able to perform the tricks that I did during the demonstration video when you purchased it, so I want to show you those. Now, the beauty of this trick, you've probably already figured it out. That the salt shaker is non-gimmick, solid, nothing wrong with the salt shaker glass part or the lid. It's a little ball that's the tricky part. It's a little magnetic ball that goes inside, right? Now, the ball is part of it. Now, the second part of it is I have an extra ball, and I have one hidden right here between my fingers, right here. The little crutch part of my hand, right between the hand and my fingers, and that little bit of flesh will hold that ball where you can't see that. Now, this way I can have my hand natural looking like that, flat or curled, or actually pick up things too, right? So I like that. Now, if you can't palm it there, you might try one of the other fingers like that, or you might even do a little pinky palm like that, and keep your fingers just curled around the ball, and just make sure your other hand kind of does the same thing. What you don't want to do when you have that ball squeezed real tight and them knowing something's going on, or having the hand behind your back or in your pocket or under the table, right? Don't be obvious, right? So I'll put it right now. Some people actually do a thumb palm too. You can do it with your thumb palm too, but I like it right here. So that's how I'm going to start the trick. So I'll come out and I'll have the lid on. Now this is all examinable. I tell you it's examinable, but you just can't examine everything at the same time. So they can examine the ball, and they can examine the salt shaker. You can hand them the wine, or they can poke it. They can examine the lid till they turn blue, and then they can examine the ball. But they just can't examine the ball and the lid together. Pretty obvious, because that's going to happen, right? So you don't want that happening. So anyway, control the situation. You're in charge. Don't put up with anything you don't need to put up with. Your control. You tell them what they're going to examine, when to get it back, stuff like that. So anyway, so you're going to set it out. You say, folks, I've got a little salt shaker here, and I got a solid lid, and this ball here, and I want you to examine the ball. Do you see what I just did? I just loaded the lid right on top of the ball. Okay? So I had it here, and I examined the salt shaker, right, and I set it down. I tapped on the lid, that's solid. Then as I'm picking up the ball to hand it to them to examine, I'll pick up the lid, and I'm just going to lay it right on top of the ball, right there. I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. It's going to look something like this. In real speed, there's my glass, there's the salt shaker. You can examine the ball if you want, right? And I'm ready to go, right? That's all you got to do. So you've got it loaded in, okay? So now I'm going to make the ball penetrate the salt shaker. It's kind of tricky, and it's going to look something like this. Now just 1, 2, now the third time I don't toss it, I just pretend it's in the hand, right? Basic pass. You can do, the French drop, take the ball, boom, right? But any way you want to do it. I'm just going to take it like that, and then I'm going to squeeze the top of the salt shaker really tight so I don't knock it out of my hand when I slap it, because I'm going to do it pretty hard, pretty quick, and I want them to think that the ball is going right through the bottom of that glass, and it's going to look something like this. All right? The trick is done. It's really good. It'll blow their way. Now we're going to repeat it 2 more times, okay? But I'm doing it different ways each time, so they're not going to be able to follow me. So this time I've got the ball in this hand. What I'm going to do, I'm going to dump the ball into the salt shaker, right? Then I'm going to turn dump the ball into the lid. Then I'm going to turn the lid upside down where it looks like the ball's coming out of the salt shaker onto the ground, but it's actually falling out of this hand over here. And it's going to look something like this. So I just like that, take the lid off, dump it in. I know it's going to stick. I just turn that over like that. Put the lid back on, kind of all in one move. They're not going to pick it up. So I'm ahead of you again, right? So now the second time, instead of doing that, I'm just going to slap it down on the palm of my hand. I'm going to slap it real hard. Then I'm going to try to keep my hand flat for as long as I can. I don't want to do this. I don't want to go boom, then do that kind of palm that I have. It's so small I can't palm it like that. It's so small I got to do something like that. But I don't want to do that too early. So I'm going to slap it. The ball is going to dislodge, and you're going to actually see it at the bottom. Then I'm going to wiggle the salt shaker a little bit so you can't follow it. Then I'm just going to turn my hand over like that and continue wiggling. It's going to look something like this. Then the second time, see my hand, I even keep my hand flat. See? Now this time, I'm going to dump it into the lid again, but it's going to fall out of this hand. It's going to look something like this. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, like that. That's all you have to do. Then you can do it any way you want. Just boom. All right? So, just wanted to show you that so you can get your way through it and add to it, add a couple more routines to it. Now you can go into some other salt shaker tricks after this. The one I would probably do would be the salt shaker through the table trick, right? Where you cover it with napkins and make it go through the table. And if you want that trick, that's on my DVD, Easy Magic by Dennis Alm. You can get it on my website, dennisalm.com. Download that and 4 other cool tricks. But the salt shaker one on that video is really, really good. So, but anyway, hey, congratulations, you got your little miracle here. And I'd love to see your video. If you make a video of yourself, shoot it over to me. Put it on YouTube. I'd love to see it. Send me a link. So anyway, hey, this is Dennis, and I'll be bringing you some more cool stuff real soon. Hey, you take care. Thank you again. Bye-bye.